Holotable. It is Mystery Hippo, and I'm here with a Jar Jar breakdown video. Behind me right now, you can see my gameplay from my most previous stream. We started the stream with the bug still in play where the shield generator cannot get off its stacks. But fortunately, within the same day, CG managed to hotfix that problem and give you the full 20 stacks you are supposed to have. Now, it did take quite a bit of the day to get it unlocked. It was not ready until, I think it was about 13 hours from the release to when the bug was fixed. But it was done within the same day, and I'm very thankful they managed to get it done on the same day and not impact the Galactic Challenge, and allowed everybody who farmed up Gungans right away still be able to do it in the same day, even if it wasn't right when it was released this morning. Behind me, I'm doing Tier 1. You can see me do it multiple times. There is some RNG elements to it. Once you get the 20 stacks, it's much easier. I managed to almost get it done a few times with the pre-bug status, or during the bug status. Once the bug was fixed, it only took me 2 attempts as I managed to get enough of the stacks of the droids down, spreading out the damage as I do. My biggest trick here, which I saw on Scribe Gaming's channel, is have your boom into your fastest so you can call in your phalanx to get provoked going active, and then kind of just disperse damage all the way around. My personal biggest advice is don't use Harple's marked ability, as it won't be that effective. You can see here right now that I can't target anybody else, and I might want to get some more stacks down. It is useful if you're trying to get all your counterattacks to hit one unit for a little bit, but it's hard to play around sometimes if you don't want it active. You don't want the other B1 battle droids to have 300 plus stacks. But phase 1 is pretty simple. It's mostly just a keep on doing damage, keep it using your abilities, get your shield generator cooldown and go lower. Make sure you always have Retribution active from Boss Nass with his second ability, and keep that going. I will say if you're trying to get his debuffs to land with his last special, you need probably 200 plus potency. I had like 170, 160, and it still wasn't enough. I ended up not remodding that way. I just changed all their mods for protection and speed for the most part, and eventually managed to whittle down the enemy. But if you're trying to get everything to work perfectly, you may want a couple extra relic levels. You may want your Boss Nass to have more potency. And you want a lot of protection across your whole team. Speed and protection is the main factor that's going to get you to beat this event. It did take me several attempts, and even post-bug. At Relic 5, it still took me only 2 attempts to beat Tier 1. Every tier took me a few attempts, and I'll kind of go through each tier as I pull it up here behind me. So once you get Tier 1 done, you're basically finished. You can do most of the rest without much effort. You don't need to remod for every tier. The same mods you did in Tier 1 should take you through the rest of the tiers, although it may take you a while. Tier 2, I thought, I'm going to get the Stop Salve first, but that's not the way to do it. You want to take out Droideka first, because Droideka can one-tap your units, can one-tap your whole shield generator. It's very annoying. You can get multiple hits in one go. So you want to take him out first, and you just use your AoEs, and eventually the stops will die. And the B1 battle droids, so they're just there to do damage in the background. You can take them out last whenever you need to. They're not really that big of a deal. This phase is pretty straightforward. Just calling Captain Tarple to remove the shield whenever Droideka has it, and then just send your team in all at once whenever you can on Droideka. I did use marked a couple times, and it definitely ruined one of my runs. So make sure you don't use the marked ability from Tarple, just his basic and his second ability, or his first special. Don't use his final one, because that will have all your allies only attack the B1 droids and not Droideka, and that can really mess things up for you. But overall, Tier 2 is super easy. Just focus down that Droideka, and it's not that hard. Tier 3 can be a little challenging. You do have 3 Droidekas to contend with. There's a bit of RNG. Sometimes Jar Jar will destroy one, sometimes he'll deathmark one. Really, it's just focus down one, try to keep them from having all of their stacked up offense stacks. Don't worry about the B1 battle droids. They won't do much for you. They will give your the enemy tenacity up, which can be a problem. But just focus on the B1, not the B1s, the Droidekas. Get their retribution. Keep your shield, your protection up from the shield generator. That's a mouthful. You'll see a couple times I lose units. It is possible to do without a full team, but you do want everybody active. Once you kill down one Droideka, it's easy to get the second one. Most of the times, that final one won't be a big problem. It's one of those you just kind of have to throw abilities at until you get them all killed. Throw in Tarple to get assists in and counters in, and to destroy all their buffs. Eventually, you'll be able to kill the whole squad pretty easy. Tier 3 did take me a few attempts, but it wasn't that bad. It was more of just the RNG nature of it. Once you get to Tier 4, where you fight Maul, this one I never lost, but it's a very long, drawn-out battle that's much longer than it needs to be. Basically, just keep throwing buffs on him, or debuffs, keep removing his buffs, keep pumping up that protection over time, and that protection up from your shield generator and your allies. Cleanse your debuffs. The trick is either cleanse days whenever it's inflicted with Boss Nass, or preemptively have your Boss Nass have his Retribution active from his first special, and you're gonna just whittle away Darth Maul over time. I think it took me about 20 minutes to get through it all. Not quite 20, maybe 15 minutes, but it was a long fight. It only took me about 10 minutes, about 10 or 12 minutes, but it's a very long fight. I was talking in chat at the same time, so I didn't do it as effectively as I could. But eventually he won't be able to heal up anymore, but he's going to have a lot of health. It's going to take a long time to get through. You might look out as Jar Jar does a one-hit kill, but you can do it without that. You just have to keep on fighting over and over. Use specials, use basics. Eventually you will whittle him down and get the kill. Trick here for me was that Boss Nass use his first special. That way my entire team would counter. But overall, it's not that hard of a challenge. You just have to whittle him away, and hopefully he doesn't kill one of your members on your team, one of your Gungans. Tier 5 is a bit more annoying. It's 2 waves. First wave is not hard. You just kill the units, keep on using your specials, reset until the next wave. Kill the Droidekas first. Not that hard. It's shouldn't defeat you. If you can beat the Maul event and you got this far, this one shouldn't be that much of a problem. The problem really stems down from the final wave. When you're fighting the Newt, Gunray, the Droideka, and the B1. It says if you kill Newt Gunray first, then it's automatically over, so you think you would want to focus down Newt first. But the first time you kill Newt, because he does revive, you will summon a second Droideka. So my recommendation is take down the Droideka first, then the B1 Battle Droid, and then Newt Gunray. That was the way that gave me success. This is not one of those that you want to redo several times, because it is 2 waves. It does take a little bit of time to get back here and get their health down and whittle them down. So the first time you do this, go for Droideka, kill him first, kill the B1 so he doesn't have the offense and tenacity, focus down Newt. He will eventually summon a Droideka when you kill him the first time, but when it's just him and a Droideka, it's really not that hard to fight. Eventually you'll get him down low enough, and the fight's super easy. Newt Gunray can't do much. Don't worry about using Prophet. You can cleanse it with Boss Nass's first special. And here, once you get Newt by himself, then you can use Tarple's marked to target the leader. And it's a pretty straightforward fight. It's not that hard of difficulty once you get to this point. It just sucks because they are very tanky. You might look out with Jar Jar one-shotting them, but if that doesn't happen, it just takes you a long time to actually whittle down the enemies and get them killed. It's not that challenging of a fight. Overall, this Gungan event's pretty easy. I'm glad they buffed or got rid of the bug. Otherwise, this event would be almost impossible. I saw some folks who managed to unlock Jar Jar without the bug being fixed. But as you know me, I have to take a minimalist approach. I don't have the most amazing mods on all my characters. I did remodel a little bit, took some off my GLs and my CLS teams, and threw them on my Gungans just to make them faster. But you want to focus on protection and speed on all your characters. Make Bombardier fastest. I think I went Bombardier, Boss Nass, Tarple, then Phalanx. I think that was the order of my speed. Tarple was pretty fast. It wasn't much slower than Boss Nass. But the more times you get Boss Nass to go, the more times you can keep that Retribution active. And Bombardier, you want to often, for Tier 1 with Bombardier, you want to give a bonus turn to your Phalanx. But beyond that, you kind of want to pick and choose when to call your allies, see who needs the turn meter the most. Oftentimes I use it on Boss Nass because he had more AoE debuffs. He could call an assist. He could cleanse debuffs. He was generally the character I used unless I needed Tarple's basic to destroy a Droideka shield. That's something you have to play around with during the combat. Overall, this legendary event's not that difficult. Just Tier 1 that really is the biggest challenge. Once you beat Tier 1, The rest are definitely manageable and easy to do. It's just all about priority and using the right abilities. For the most part, all the abilities are fine to use. The only one you want to avoid really is Tarpal's second special, where he marks units, because that can really make it impossible to attack Droidicas, and that's who you want to kill first. But I hope this video helped a little bit. It's really not that challenging of an event. It was just annoying with the bug that was going on. But I do hope you enjoyed this quick little snippet. I will post a full breakdown or a full video of my Jar Jar unlock attempt if you want. Just let me know down below in the comments if you want to see the whole event. It's also on my Twitch channel under my videos if you want to see the whole stream. But I have a quick version of it here behind me. But yeah, Jar Jar's unlocked, and once you get him, he is quite hilarious to use, and I managed to beat the Galactic Challenge at a Gear 8 Jar Jar by putting him on auto, so very nice. I can't wait to use him in GAC and wreck some people over. We'll see how it goes. But guys, thanks for always tuning in my videos. It really means a lot to me. I've been blown away by the support and the attention you guys have given me. Other creators supporting each other, other people watching the videos and commenting and liking and sending me messages. It really does mean a lot. I plan to keep making these videos and keep playing this game and keep making things for you guys. If there's anything in particular you really want to see, make sure you let me know so I can make that content for you or show you how it's done or how I can do it in my minimalist approach. Guys, I hope you have a great rest of your week. I plan to make one more video for Friday, so make sure you check that out. I had a Great Minimalist video part 6 on Monday that came out. You can check those out. And always, guys, may the Force be with you. Thanks.